Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is the Prosperous Divas, Prosperous Living, producing results with velocity. Session number 4, breaking the chains, convicted by your own words. Oh, man. We are in for a roller coaster ride tonight, and but before we start, we have a lot of material, but before we start, we do want to create a space, get you in the mood. So listen up.
The breakup. Too many wasted years, no more wasted tears, standing here on my own too. They say I gave up. Nah, I gave you love that you didn't appreciate. You took it for granted like my love was a waste, sealing your fate because I no longer walk down lonely streets. Hell, it took a while, but truth, you was never truly for me. Finally seeing clearly as your well runs dry. Walking away with no tears in sight, gained insight, I still pray for you at night. You lost your hold. I've moved on, learning again how to live life, love right. Breaking up is hard to do, but I got it. Retaining knowledge of how to do it right, leaving it all behind. I'm in recovery. Our history soon to be a distant memory, a shattered piece of my past, one not meant to last. It's sad. You'll feel the repercussions like an aftershock. Nope, it wasn't my fault, but I'll take the blame. Just to refrain from doing this again, I refuse to be bitter in the end. I am amazing, and you didn't get to damage me. You were lucky to have me, but no more. You feeling dehydrated, and I'm feeling liberated, giving you up even the score. My heart don't hurt anymore. It's no longer sore. The breakup. Tough love, like lost and found, like rain coming down to cleanse and restore. You wish I was standing at the door, but you don't get to hear my footsteps in the dark anymore. No more dreaming of you. Yeah, the truth that I've been through because of you, and now I'm through because of you. You don't get to keep me down, and you don't get to keep me around. You missed it. My worth. I still see how you failed to recognize that I am a warrior among these thieves, and I felt you trying to bleed me weak. But you don't understand that I am destined to do great things. I happily stepped on your throne. I used it as a stepping stone, refusing to look back. This part of my past, I happily place in this big black trash bag, ready for pickup. I'm chunking you deuces because this is a breakup.
Snap, snap. Oh, you just do not know how perfect that piece of poetry is for tonight. Tonight's workshop, we are going to cover breaking the chains, convicted by your own words, from vague to specific, supercharging results, and, of course, the Divine Mind Prosperity Blaster. And with that said, over to Diva Nikki.
Well, tonight's session is Prosperous Living, producing results with velocity. Convicted by your own words. Excuse me, I got stuck there. Thank you all for joining us tonight for session number 4 of Prosperous Living, producing results with velocity. I am Diva Nikki, and I'm joined by Ronnie B. and Diva Nikia. And we are your course leaders for this 6-part series. Prosperous Living, producing results with velocity, is specifically designed for each of you to have a measurable and quantifiable breakthrough in living prosperously by producing specific, measurable results from inquiring into these basics. The distinctions of velocity: results, boldness, and integrity form the heart or center of power and manifest in our deepest and most important desires. Let's start our first inquiry. Breaking the chains. Convicted by your own words. Breaking the chains, convicted by your own words. So let's review what we have covered so far in the previous sessions. Number one, the listening that's already there and the current world of barriers. Number two, next we looked at persistent complaints and superstitions that keep us from producing results with velocity. Number three, then we had inquiring for integrity as workability and the lie when we no longer acknowledge our persistent complaints and superstitions because we are living the result of the lie. Time for our team share from what has happened since last week. Ronnie B.
Okay, and now give me 1 second here. I am just trying to, I was right here with a good thought. Just give me 1 second here, and or Diva and the kid can step in. But you know what I really liked is, you know, no matter how much we delve into the listening that's already there in the occurring world and the complaints, and last week even more powerfully the lie. What I get is that as long as you live, those challenges will occur. And it's not like I'm going to get fixed and all of a sudden I'll always hear what's really there. The world will always occur the way I say and intend. I won't have any persistent complaints. That's not going to happen. And if I gather some presence and savvy, I'll catch it faster, you know, faster and faster. And for most people, it'll seem like it never happened to me. So it's like, you know, just like you go to the gym and you can't lift 20 pounds, and then you exercise practice, and then you can lift 20, and then 50, and then all of a sudden you can lift 100 pounds. Well, you don't even think about there was a time, you know, it's just what you do now. Oh, I just do 100. You know, it's automatic. So you don't have to think about it. That's just what you do. Or any practice you develop. After a while, that's what you do. You don't have to think about it. It just kicks on in. And you start but you still have to keep the practice. So that's what's there right now.
Okay. I get it. Okay. Nakia, anything for you? Okay, well, while we wait on Nakia, if she wants to share, you know, for myself, what that brought me present to was how much control we have over our world and the power of our words in our world. And the conversations, once again, that we have with ourselves because of our own occurring world. So, here we go. Excuse me. Diva Nakia, anything yet? No? Okay. So, before we could have this conversation, we needed to get you grounded in those distinctions. So, strap on your seatbelt because we are blasting the breakup.
Did we lose you, Diva Nikki?
Technical difficulty over here. Excuse me. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, let me.
We're going to have an inquiry we call the breakup. Earlier, you heard a little poetry from Shiny, the original Sunshine Princess of Poetry, with her awesome performance of the breakup. Our inquiry into the breakup is a lot deeper and will take 2 sessions to complete because of its power. From our inquiries into the occurring world, we made this distinction, which is the context or framework for our conversations and training. The occurring world is distinct from the real or physical world. The occurring world is composed of the conversations you have for and about the real world or physical world. The conversations you have for and about the real physical world shape your experience of life. Your experience of life is your life. Thus, the conversations you have for and about the real or physical world is the fabric of your life. The listening that's already there. Persistent complaints, superstitions, and the lie color our conversations for the world in ways that create barriers, cause integrity issues, produce unnecessary struggle and failure. Given we are divine beings with divine powers, why do we have those things more correctly? Why do those things have us? Now, I'm not going to make you think on this one. I want you to try on something. You create them as a fulfillment of the power of your word, and you were not aware you were creating them. As beings, when we are born into the physical or real world, we are whole, complete, and filled with love and joy. In time, there are barriers we create to the experience of being whole, complete, filled with love and joy. Now, why do we do that? What is immediately present for you hearing that statement?
Let's see. We react. We react. Good or bad, we react.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Completely. We react. There's no better way to put that. Yes, we react. Good or bad, right or wrong, we react.
Even the kids that we had that technology fixed, anything?
I know.
I'm present and listening. Okay, so, hello.
A couple of words.
My take on the real world or physical world is its perception. And as a result of experiences of moments that have occurred in our lives or in the lives of someone else, we take on those moments, those experiences, and we interpret it how we see that fit our situation or condition at that time. And at that point, it alters or allows us to choose or encourages us to choose our interpretations about the real world and or physical world.
Okay.
Okay.
Back to you, Diva Nikki.
Moving on. Exactly. Thank you, Nakia. Agree again. So, for many, what is present is a variation of something happened. Because of that happening, a barrier was created. Makes sense when we are coming from a physical world. Try this on. There was a time when something happened. It may have been great or something terrible, yet no barrier was created. Regardless of what happened, you still experienced being whole, complete, and filled with love and joy. There was something that happened, and once it happened forevermore, as a divine being, your experience of life included barriers to the presence of being whole, complete, and filled with love and joy. The Divas distinguish that as the breakup. So before we go deeper into our inquiry of the breakup, I'm going to have a little conversation to create the framework. Some would say the divine said, "Let there be light," which was a command to the universe. And the universe reacted, and there was light. Being creations or children of a divine being, we possess the powers bestowed upon divine beings. When we are connected to our divine power and own that power and our responsibility for that power, when we say chair, a chair will manifest in the spiritual and physical world. When we say mountain, move from here to there. Mountain spiritually, physically, and mentally. Move right now. Our casual remarks, good, bad, or indifferent, are filled with divine power. The universe makes no distinction. It always follows our commands. Let me say that again. Our casual remarks, good, bad, or indifferent, are filled with divine power. The universe makes no distinction. It always follows our commands. Our experience of life, our power to create and manifest, results in the spiritual, physical, or mental world are ultimately a function of our words. Our communications with the universe, ourselves, and others is a delivery mechanism to live and experience lives of love, power, freedom, and full self-expression. The world does not give you who you are being. You create the world you experience as a manifestation of who you are being and the conversations you create. There is no world out there. There is a physical world. That physical world does not determine your experience or reaction. You are powerful beyond measure. Now that I have given you a little more context, I am turning the rest of the inquiry over to Ronnie B. as we distinguish the breakup.
Oh, the breakup. And I love that. Thank you. There was a part as you were going through that, Diva Nikki, where it just hit, where it said, where you said our casual remarks, good, bad, or indifferent, are filled with divine power. The universe makes no distinction. It always follows our commands. And I remember years ago when I, in a previous time, I was a computer systems engineer. And one of the first things they taught us was that, remember, the computer is a dumb box. And you kind of get, it's an electronic device. It's not a human being, but for all the stuff that it does, it's nothing but a dumb box. It doesn't do anything until you give it a command. And for it to operate properly, you got to give it a series. It won't figure out that you're giving it wrong commands. It's just going to take the commands and give you the results. That's what it does.
Right.
And so in programming a computer, there are no casual commands. Every command is going to cause something to happen. So I got present to what you were sharing. Everything we say, the universe is acting upon. Now, we may casually say something and it's something positive, so to speak. Well, the universe is okay. Well, hey, so we don't notice anything. But, like we make those snide remarks and those, kind of little whatever inferences that maybe aren't so positive or nice. Well, we think that because they're casual, that there's no impact. But the universe doesn't know the difference.
That's right.
It doesn't know, and it does impact. And sometimes we don't notice the impact till way down the road. Now, the breakup, the shattering of being. Now, when we were born, and as children, we experience life from the context of being whole, complete, filled with love and joy. There was no separation between us, others, the world. We were truly one with it all. We had no concept that there was was Nikki over there and me over here. That wasn't how we related. We knew that this physical entity was over there and my physical, but we weren't separate. We were just not in the same field, but we weren't separate. Now, as children, we have no clue the powers we possess, and the universe makes no distinction between adult and children. It simply follows our commands. If anybody has had let's say a pet dog, and you train the pet dog, if your child, Ted, says no, the pet doesn't go, well, that's a child saying no. The pet follows the command. No, it stops. It doesn't make the distinction that that's a child saying no and an adult saying no. Now, as adults, we catch ourselves and take commands back before the universe fulfills the command. Now, as children, we're innocent, and we don't even got any kind of power. We don't get command or anything like that. We're just, we're just being children. So we're totally unaware. We're innocent. Now, between the ages of 7 and 9, we had the breakup. No, you did not have the breakup at 6. You did not have the breakup at 5. You didn't have it at 10. So there may have been things that happened before you were 7 and after you were 9. That was not the breakup. Okay? Wasn't that. So, but I can tell you it sounds like no. Now, when the breakup happened, we were no longer one with others, the world, the universe, and ourselves. We didn't experience ourselves any longer as one with others. We became separate, and our experience was a world out there. And now we needed to make it, to try to fit back in to a world we had broken off from. Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty back together again. Now, when that happened, and it may not have been a tragic or dramatic event. No, it does not. Oftentimes people go there, well, let me look for this bad thing that happened. It may not have been bad, or it may not have been what you would look and say, well, that wasn't like some big deal. It might, because it might have been minor in the world of a bad thing, but that was your moment. So when that happened, and again, it may not have been a tragic or dramatic event, we issued an extremely powerful command to the universe that has shaped our experience of life. We convicted ourselves by our very own words. In a moment, in a blink, we told the universe who we are, and the universe immediately fulfilled our command. Being children, we said it innocently, thus we did not reverse it before it was fulfilled. So, again, as children, we don't realize our power. You know, as a child, if you throw a ball through a glass window, you may not realize that you actually have the power to break it. And guess what? The universe doesn't go, oh, you're a child, so I'm not going to break. It's just going to happen. So the first part of the breakup, something happened. And you were the judge, the jury, and you convicted yourself. Now, you said something to the effect of, I am blank, or I must be blank. Now, I want you to keep inquiring and see if you can determine your conviction. Don't worry if you can't find it right now. Just keep looking. For some, it may pop up tomorrow or next session, but you just want to keep looking. You just want to get in there between 7 and 9. You know, what happened where all of a sudden things kind of just changed? And that doesn't mean that it changed and life got bad or hard. It just changed. And you may have noticed that it started being real important for you to try to fit in, to make it. You know, keyword, to make it. So everyone take a few minutes while I share what happened and what I convicted or sentenced myself. Look in your life around the time you were 7 or 9 and see if you can see when you had that breakup and became separate. Now, don't worry if you can't find the exact time or exactly what happened. You know, just start the inquiry and, God willing, you're going to live long and prosper, especially doing our courses. And, you will get this, okay? Now, I was born in Arkansas. For a period of time, I was raised by my grandparents in a small country town, Monticello, Arkansas. I love it. And Monticello is this beautiful place. It's in the woods. It's surrounded by pine trees. And when you get up in the morning and go outside, you will smell pine in the air, the freshness. And I was the only child there with my grandparents. And for me, the world was just like, I look out at the sky at night and, it was just all this world. And there was no, like me in this big world. I was just part of this world. I was part of it. Well, I joined my mother in Chicago. She had dealt with the black flight to the north and got a job, and now I got a place and bring my son up and everything. And eventually she married my stepfather, and who the father, he'd been around since I've been around. And I remember one day I'm living in Chicago, and I love Chicago, and I'm just still like, it didn't matter that I wasn't in the rural town. I was in the big city. It just still occurred to me as I was just part of this world and everyone in it and everything. I was part. And I remember I was about 8 or 9 years old, and I'm walking to go to the YMCA. I love the YMCA. They had all the, games and stuff you could play. You could go to school. They had all the activities for the kids after school, so I love going to the YMCA. And I'm walking to the Y, and I see this older kid, and I'm walking by. I'm not thinking anything, and he spits in my mouth. He spits in my mouth. And in that one moment, everything changed. And what I said, what I convicted myself was, I must be nothing. Now, you have to be careful with this because you're adults and you'll want to change it into an adult language. No, it was the way you spoke at 7, 8, or 9. So, and at 7, 8, or 9, it was, I must be nothing. I must be nothing. And that, and at that point in time, the universe said, well, I guess you are. And bam, convicted right then and there. Now, while we're, I'm just going to take a quick little team share, mainly because I want y'all to kind of be in that inquiry for a moment. But Diva, Nikki, anything you're present to or you just like to share?
Absolutely, absolutely. You know, for me, my breakup was when my world turned black and white.
Okay, well, first let me ask you this question. How old were you?
I was about 8 years old.
Okay, you were 8 years old.
I was about 8 years old, and I was sitting watching TV with my family, and that was when I was exposed to Roots, the movie Roots. And that was when I became aware.
No. What happened? I want to say what happened. Something happened. It's a happen.
Well, what happened was, in watching Roots, me becoming knowledgeable, to slavery, to black
No,
people.
see, that's what now I'm just going to give you a little bit of coaching, okay?
Okay.
See, the hard part of this is you're trying to speak like an adult, aren't you? Kids don't say that. That's why I said they don't say I became aware. No, they don't. You're 7, you're 8. And that's going to be the challenge for most people with this is that you got to get it back to when you were the kid. So here I am, this happy kid. I'm watching Roots with the family, and we're watching, and something happened. Bam, and it was just like bam, that happened. Don't have to, again, not something, may have been something but it happened, and that's what you want to get to, is what happened.
Well, what happened was, I saw black people, my people, colored people, being abused.
Okay, no, children don't say. Again, it's the language, and that's why I said you can have. Okay, but Diva Nikki, I just want you to kind of hold on to that, okay? Because that's why I said this is going to take 2 sessions. So you're in the right place, but this is later on we'll go. Now I'm just going to tell you this: your sentence
as
or
a kid at 8 years,
conviction.
at 8 years old, I understood abuse.
No, I get that. No, Diva Nikki, hang with me. Okay. See, you got to, okay, just bear with me. Because, see, this is perfect. What Diva Nikki is going through, this is the machinery, okay? Because it does not want you to see it, okay? So the thing is, it's going to go through, it's been around a long time. Okay, it's been around a long time, and and so for some of you, this is great. That you got to get it to what child's words, not and the mind. It will try to say, but see, as a child, I was no. We don't care about what you were aware of. That's an interpretation of the past. We want what happened. So what happened may have been. I'm just going to throw this out there, okay, Diva Nikki. Still with me, Diva Nikki, or did I lose?
You have the floor.
Okay, all right. I'm just going to throw this out here, just food for thought. I'm watching Roots, and in Roots, I see this. I see where they're whipping this man with where they're beating this man with a whip, and boom, But something always happens. Okay, so but other than that, can you tell me what but I do get that you're present to back then, but I'm going to say that you're kind of in the world, but you're not right there yet. Diva Nakia?
Yes, sir, I'm present.
Okay, just anything you're present to, or you C, just something before I move that'll forward the conversation?
I'll give it a try, definitely. So I was a kid, I think around 8 years old, and my grandmother passed away. I remember her being walked out of my bedroom and the house with my mom and my uncle. And I remember, like, the next day, my mom came home and she went upstairs. And my mom may never go upstairs, ever, in our house. We had a 2-story house. Never go upstairs. And she didn't say anything to me. And so I was trying to figure out where my grandmother was, and I started asking everybody. And my mommy never told me where she was, other than the fact that I knew they took her to the hospital because she had gotten really ill. She had been sick. And my uncle told me that my grandmother passed away. And it broke me. My heart was broken. I was so upset and angry, and I was crying. And I was crying for like 3 days because my grandmother...
Okay, let's go back. Okay, because you got to stay in the moment. Your uncle tells you your grandmother died. You're heartbroken. What did you say? Now, just stay in the moment. What did you say about you?
What I said about me was, how could she leave me?
No. That's not saying about you. No, there's okay. Bear with me. There's something you said about you not being able to do something.
I felt like I wasn't important.
Okay, so as a child, now bear with me. So, what children say is that I'm not important.
Right, I'm not important.
Okay, now, don't say, be with that, because the machinery wants you to say other things. Hang with, I'm not important.
Yes.
Okay, Diva Nakia, where do you see I'm not important showing up?
In personal relationships, in connecting with others, and feeling like my voice is heard.
Okay, I can get. I can get. At work, has it ever seemed like I'm not important?
Absolutely. Yeah.
been on the project with people, church, whatever, but you felt like you were what? I'm not important.
Not important. Absolutely. Nobody cares about me. Yeah.
well, that's another part. But of course, no one would care about you because you're what?
Not important.
Not important. Okay.
That's right.
All right. Great. Okay, great. Okay, so we just want you to just hang out, and wherever you're at in the conversation, Diva, Nikki, I said it's not an easy. Yeah. Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
I got it now.
Okay. Just we got some more stuff. You'll be able to share some more. Now, okay. Now, again, like I convicted myself too. I must be nothing. Okay. Diva Nakia convicted herself to I'm not important. And if you notice, it's simple, and that's what a child would say. It's simple. And she got the. Now, I just want to give you something that Diva Nakia, that might not be like the exact or how it went down, and you may get to it where you go, wow, this is really inside that time. This is what happened. My uncle said you get all of that, but it's not important for right now. So now here's something that just alert. Now you're either proving or disproving your conviction. So you're either proving it. So you're either proving that you're not important, or you're disproving that you're not important.
Absolutely.
I'm either proven I must be nothing, or I'm disproven. And it's all automatic. It's all automatic. Now, if you look in your world of conversations, and for many, your physical structures, this would include your prosperity, your wealth, you may start to see the manifestation of your conviction or something to disprove your conviction, which in and of itself is a manifestation of your what? Your conviction. No, not the current world. It's a matter of your conviction. You wish it could be your current world. Because this is what shapes your current world. Yes, it is vicious and cynical. Okay, now I guess you would go with that there should, be something here, but I have a bit of bad news. Your conviction can never be repealed. There's no parole. There are no pardons. Say that again. Your conviction can never be repealed. There's no parole. There are no pardons. And you did it. You did it. Okay. Now there's a second part to the breakup. Okay? Now I know you enjoyed the first part so much, we needed to give you a second part of the breakup. Now the second part of the breakup is the question that will not be answered. Now I'm going to say that again, the question that will not be answered. So at the same time that you convicted yourself, you also created a question that will never be answered in your experience. And it has many variations. So my conviction is I must be nothing. And the question that arose at the same time was, what should I do? Now, this question will always show up for me in some form or another repeatedly, and there will never be an absolute answer. It is unanswerable. What should I do? What should I do now? What should I do later? What if this happens? What should I do? Now, for me, that question goes on over and over again until I catch myself. Then it sneaks right back in with another form. Well, what should I have done? It is unanswerable. Okay. So, and I'll catch myself, like I'll be working on something, and it'll be like, well, should I do this? Should I? And it's just like, have you ever wanted to slap somebody on the head and say, will you just make a decision? Well, that, and sometimes I have to go rhyming, just do it. When I'm putting together a script or workflow or structure, stuff we're doing around the Prosperous Diva or a script for one of the radio shows, it's constantly that I have to go, please, thank you for sharing, and what should I do is exactly what I'm doing now. Now you can go back to your corner. I have to sometimes tell because I get caught up in it. Now, the team and I are going to share, and let me see if Diva Nikki or Diva Nakia are present to their conviction or the question that can never be answered. Maybe even share what happened. So, Diva Nakia, I think you kind of hit nail on your conviction. I'm not important. Anything that might be around the question that can never be answered.
You might have to help me out with this one because the question I see for myself would be why.
Oh God, I hate it when a woman goes why.
What have I done? What have I done right? Do I not look good? Am I looking bad?
Oh, okay.
So it's like
I think you're on the right track. I can't say it's honestly this, but the question isn't why. It's why me.
Yeah.
Why me?
Absolutely.
Why me? Why me?
Absolutely.
Oh, why me?
That's an unanswerable question that will always be present.
And see, I'm going to tell you how cynical it is. You can be granted beautiful things, and you still go, what? Why me?
Yeah, no matter how deeply I do it, no matter how many attempts and efforts you step outside the box, be way outside the circle, come back in, get on the edge. Hell, it's all the same. It ain't changing. What the hell?
Why me?
You're doing right. Why me?
Right, wait, I'm doing right. Why me?
Yeah.
Why me?
I understand.
You're already not important, and then why me?
Yeah. So is it tying itself together? Is it because I'm not important? Is that the why, or is that
no? Oh, that was great. That was great. It is. They can have no relation to each other.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
Your conviction, and the question that can never be answered can have no logical relation. They just happen to arrive together.
Okay, I'll follow you. I'm with you on that.
Yeah. Now, for some people, you can kind of see a logic, but that's not like that. That's just how it happened.
Okay.
Just like for me, I must be nothing. You kind of have to stretch the logic to go. What should I do now? How does that truly relate? I can make some convoluted logic to make it fit, but it's really they could be told they really are kind of close to two separate things. What should I do now? What does that have to do with I must be nothing? But then I can make a relation. But like I said, I'd be making that. So, Diva Nikki, I think you said you got present to your conviction. And anything you'd like to share on that, or share what you see so far?
Yeah, I can try. And that is, I can't trust white people.
No, that would not be a conviction, or it's not that. Mm-mm.
Okay, but then I don't know. That's what I'm.
Yeah, well, that's fine. Yeah, that's what you're present to. Okay, right.
That's what I was.
I'm going to say that.
Right.
Yeah, your conviction is always going to be it helps some folks out. It's always about being who you're being. So as a kid, you'll say things like, I'm being Superman or Superwoman. As a kid, you don't say, well, I'm going to be this person who has these powers that are beyond the powers of ordinary people. You don't say that. That's an adult. Child is going to say, I'm Wonder Woman. I'm being Wonder Woman. I'm being Superman. I'm being Spider-Man.
So, Ronnie, for clarification, it is the terminology in which children are innocent. So children have no structure in understanding of how to articulate certain things in life based on adultism, versus kids are full of innocence. So they are freer. So they just speak. They say. It's not structured and under control. Adults, we analyze, we think, we consider before we speak. Kids, it's like, I can fly like a bird. And realistically, we can't fly like a bird. All we do is get in the plane. So to get from one destination to the other. Correct?
Well, you're on there. So there's a rigor, and this is why I said that it can be challenging, because there's a rigor in having it be as the child spoke it. Now, I got where some of what Diva Nikki said, which was like, I can't trust white people. That's not something that she was convicted to. That's an interpretation that came about, as a result of the conviction. But the conviction has nothing to do with that per se. The conviction is
I'm not
all
welcome
about.
here.
Okay, and well, you may have been convicted to I'm not welcome. Okay, but yeah, so, and I'm really kind of I'm not well. Who would be someone as a child that wasn't welcome? Now, someone welcome as a child.
Apparently,
well, yeah, but who would someone be? Who would notice the be part? Who would someone be as a child that wouldn't be welcome? And it could be as simple as I'm bad.
Or it could be as simple as I'm black.
And no, it could not, because that's an interpretation. See, the thing is, before that time, you weren't black. That's the whole thing.
But that's
everyone.
when my world became black and white.
Okay, let me tell you, this is all the machinery. It's all trying to keep you from seeing it. It is. See, the thing is, your sentence, your conviction, your sentence, and your unanswerable question have been around for ever since that happened. And it knows how to keep you from seeing it. That's its job. That's why it's always lurking in the background, because it is the source of your persistent complaints, your superstitions, and the lie. It's the source. So it has many ways to disguise itself. So it is not. See, the thing is, before that happened, there was no black. You know, I mean, that not that you didn't know the now this is where it becomes tricky. See, it's not that you don't know that there are black people, but there's no separation.
Right.
Okay, there's no you see after that happened. Oh, white people are bad because now there's a separation. See, before then, white people could have been bad. You might have said there's some bad white people, but there was still no separation. When this happened, boom, separation. See, when that kid spit in my mouth, there was separation. Now, that was a black kid. I didn't go, well, all black people are bad. No, I went, I am nothing. That's what I went. That's how it's a command. See, it's a command that you put on yourself. Diva Nakia, that kind of clarified a little bit. It's a command you put on yourself.
Indeed. Absolutely. Yeah. I got it.
Yes. Yeah, it's not something that you determine or interpret. It's a command. You said, I am this way. So, but that's fine. That's why we said that this is going to be covered in 2 sessions, because you may be walking along the street and go, bam, you know what? That's
there it is.
Okay. There it is, Now, so folks, and if you're a smart rack out there who thinks that you should be able to figure this out right away, that's all your conviction and your unanswerable question, and you're trying to prove. Remember, you're trying to either prove your conviction or disprove it. Now, you might say, why would I try to prove that I am nothing? I didn't say I was trying to. I said you either are or you're you are, or like, so it's automatic. You in one camp or the other. Now, guess what? There is no exercise, and there is an assignment for the next week. Inquire into your conviction and the question that can never be answered. See if you can find where it impacts your actions. The conviction and the question that can never be answered are never going to go away. They are the source of the listening that's already there. Persistent complaints, superstitions, and what? The lie. If anyone is feeling like, what is the point of distinguishing your conviction and the question that can never be answered if you can't make it disappear? That is your conviction and the question that can never be answered, working to stay concealed. Okay? So, Diva Nikki and I had a great conversation about hope. And I was like, we are not working to give you hope. You already have. And I said, now, I didn't tell her this. You already have hope, but it will not help you for this. This is not a conversation that hope makes a difference.
I wanted it to, guys. I want you to know that
She wanted hope to make. No, this is a conversation that, as opposed to hope, you get power. How about that? You can have hope or you can have power. Now, this conversation, you're going to get some power. And you're going to start seeing things move with velocity. So you can have hope or you can have power.
Let's take power.
So, chocolate, vanilla, choose. And but next session we're gonna get into something that's available from distinguishing your conviction and the question that can never be answered. We'll continue the conversation on the other side of the break with From Vague to Specific, Supercharging Results with Diva Nikki. The time is 6:02. Please return in 6 minutes at 6:08 and enjoy the selection.
God is my constant guide on my fulfilling journey through life. There is a synchronicity at work in nature, such as the rise and set of the sun and the ebb and flow of tide. The consistency of these naturally guided processes brings me comfort. Similarly, I can count on the presence of God to guide me in the right way. I am inspired with ideas that make my life more meaningful, and I can move forward with these ideas, knowing that I am following a purpose-driven, divinely inspired plan. I remain aware of and grateful of divine guidance directing my way. I give thanks to God now. I give thanks that I am never alone. And for the life I have been given, I look forward to experiencing many more blessings as I trust in God. O Lord, how manifold are your works. In wisdom you have made them all. The earth is full of your creatures. Psalm 104:24.
She's 28 and she's looking great and she spent her time with the guys my age. She said 22 was the best she knew, and guess what? I'm only months away. It's easy to say that the space between could kill the possibility of a bombshell gone in a kid like me. But let me tell you one thing, I'm not easily impressed or intrigued. But you took the wind from my chest, in the ground from my feet the first time that you stood in front of me. In your black dress, I must confess that I'm pressing these keys for the woman of my dreams that she pours me another whiskey. Sarah, in your black dress, I must confess I'm not here for the beer or the paycheck. I'm here for the waitress. Well, you're beautiful, and when your eyes meet the other guy's smile, it's not as wide as mine because I'm love drunk in that drunken love. I didn't need any liquor to want to be with her. So Sarah gives a chance to me like I give my melody. Ooh, 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 in these streets for the woman of my dreams that she pours me another with me. Black. I must confess I'm not here for the beer or the paycheck. I'm here for the waitress.
All right, welcome back. We'll be starting up the next segment in just about 15 seconds. So I hope you enjoy. Well, that's right. We were not dealing with hope. We intended you enjoyed the first segment. Actually, we didn't intend that you enjoyed this first segment. We intended you got value and power out of the first segment, and but we are sure you will get power out of this segment. Diva Nikki, over to you.
So, from vague to specific supercharging results. Y'all know how much I like that kind of stuff, so here we go. When we are being vague about our desires or goals, it is to avoid being held accountable for the results. We want to be right, so we are vague to avoid being wrong. And the problem with that is being vague inherently creates bad results, a vicious circle. It may seem like we're being specific, but we are not. And that allows for the creation of a world that has it occur that we are victims at the mercy of the world out there. When we are vague and we allow others to be vague, it creates an occurring world of lack, want, fear, confusion, and even mistrust. Simple tasks become hard. Molehills become mountains. Let this be the Diva's first step for having results with velocity, the framework for producing specific, measurable results. Producing specific, measurable results. The result is finite, absolute. Lose weight for the holidays. Vague. Be 20 pounds lighter by the Christmas holidays. That is specific and finite. The result is measurable. I am going to eat better and exercise more. That is vague and not measurable. I am going to join a fitness club and hire a trainer, sign up to run in 3 charity marathons, and be 20 pounds lighter by the Christmas holidays. That is specific and measurable. The result has a time limit by when. If I eat better and exercise, I will definitely lose the weight I want. That is vague. I am going to join a fitness club by Monday. I will hire a personal trainer by Tuesday and start my exercise program by Wednesday. I will work out 4 times weekly. I'm going to register to participate in 3 charity marathons by August 1st. I will hire a nutrition coach or advisor by September. I'll be 20 pounds lighter by December 15th of this year for the Christmas holidays. Now that is specific, measurable. So, the degree you specify your desires is the degree the universe works with velocity for your desires and expectations to be fulfilled. Nakia has been using this framework in having her business Facebook page be successful. Nikia, any breakthroughs or breakdowns you would like to share, and what are the current stats?
Okay, so yes, I've had some breakdowns when it comes to my Facebook page, because bottom line is I haven't been online to attend to it.
Okay. Okay.
You know.
I just, Diva the key. I just gotta. That we just had a conversation about your conviction, and the unanswered question. Your conviction is I'm not important. Now, if we kind of extrapolate that a little bit, that is not a child's word. It's an adult word. So get your dictionary out. It's an adult word. If we extrapolate that out, your Facebook, let's say your Facebook business page is really you.
You're right.
And naturally, it would not be important enough.
It was not important.
It was not important. It was not important. I just want us to hang out with that. See, this is perfect. Okay, because you're either proving. Remember, I said you're either proving it or disproving it. Okay. Now let me let you finish it. Diva, Nikki, y'all go back to chair.
No, and in actuality, it was constantly on my mind. It was something I needed to address, but it wasn't important. It wasn't important enough for me to fit it in with everything else that I had going on. So, I mean, I dropped the ball. It was breaking off.
Yeah.
And
now I do have to ask you this: where does it show up that other things are? Wouldn't it be? Isn't it always that if it's for you, it's not important enough to change the schedule?
Right. Yeah. And you're absolutely right, because I know exactly what took precedence. Well, let me change my word. I know what was more important than me taking care of what I need to take care of for me.
Okay, a whole bunch. Yeah, because remember, we're not trying to give them any hope. That's next session. Next session, we'll be a whole bunch of.
Well, I know I had a breakdown. I thought about it, but I couldn't make it important enough for me to do it. And as far as my reach, it was 697 this week, and this week I didn't have any new likes, and I'm still at 41 follows because of my breakdown. It wasn't important. I'm not important enough, because it's a reflection of me. I'm not important enough to make it a priority. I didn't make it a priority this week. I wasn't important enough. Man, that hurts. That seems like a butterfly.
Oh, no.
Golly.
Yeah,
and just sit on that, seriously, because I said that was a revelation for me that I'm not important enough. Because this is a reflection of me. Wow. That's serious. I was touched and moved, but I wasn't inspired. That's all I have, Nikki.
Okay. Well, Ronnie, please share a couple of tips to look out for when creating results with velocity.
Okay, there are two things I'm going to bring up. The first thing is when you start creating results with velocity and you start thinking that it's all about you and not the people working with you. You know, like you're doing something and everybody else is just kind of hanging out. So that's a pitfall, is thinking that that it's all about you and it's not about all the people working with you to create that result. The second pitfall when you start creating results with velocity, let's say that you're an independent contractor or you self-employed, so to speak. You start producing results with velocity, and you start to think along, a little bit with the first part that you don't need anybody. That, hey, it's fine, I'm making all this cash myself. Why do I need to have others or build a team? You'll start thinking that you don't need others to expand. So those are the two pitfalls to watch out for: is producing results, getting results, and thinking that you don't need others to expand. Producing results with velocity and thinking it's all about you, what you did. Back to you, Nikki.
Okay. Well, I'm going to share what I have observed about others, as I am rigorous with being specific and demanding specificity from others. So, well, for me, what I've been experiencing with or observing with others, shall I say, is actually being receptive to being held accountable. And actually receptive to the challenge of it, but seeing the value in it. And so, for an example of that would be one of the guys that was in my trade group that is under me, in training. And when he said that he was, ready to go live with trades and versus, just being in his demo account, and what he was looking to do long term, well, I sat with him and put together a strategy for him that included goals and that included specific action with dates, right? For, and track record for accountability with me. Well, though he was ready to go live, verbally, when we sat down and put together this plan, it made it more real, right? It made it like, okay, it's not just out there, with me just saying, I hope it's gonna work out. It's like, it doesn't matter what what's gonna happen, what you think. This is the plan. This is the action plan. This is the plan, right? This is the action, and then we'll get the results. And with that being said, he stuck to the plan specifically, and he traded profited $100 last week in his trade.
Hey, and that was great, and that was really, really great. Something I observed you saying was that that you laid out specific actions. And when they saw those actions, it was like, whoa, wait just a minute. Now reality came into play.
Yes.
And see, when you start being specific, reality is what shows up. And because most of the time we're trying to be vague, vagueness is so that we can avoid reality. We can avoid the boogeyman, the big bad bear that's out there ready to eat us. So we want to be vague. So we can dance around, do a two-step, hey, the Texas Shuffle, yippee whoa. But we don't get things. Now, I would say that your trainee, would they say that they move with velocity?
Yes, definitely. And is looking forward to continuing that. He was able to see the difference from saying, I'm going to go live next week, and by the end of the year, like, this is my goal, and this is what I'm going to do. He saw the difference in just aiming at that target without a plan in between versus This is the plan. This is the action. And wait, and don't deviate from the plan.
Don't deviate from the plan. All right. Okay, well, Diva Nikki, I think you want to give them anything else, or are you going to give us the assignment?
Okay, so the assignment for this week is to choose something from your list. Get busy and create a result that will demonstrate your power in producing results with velocity. Use the framework. And in our final segment, we are joined by none other than Diva Nakia Franklin for the Divine Mind Prosperity Blaster. And we know how y'all love those. So we're taking a 5-minute break. The time is now 6:22. Please return at 6:27. Ronnie B.
Clear vision. I recognize and respond to the sacred in all life. A beautiful park beckons all to picnic and play. Yet some may be in such a hurry they don't notice or have time to stop and take in the beauty. Life in all its forms is sacred. Taking time to clear our vision, we rise to a higher consciousness of positivity, a place where our vision is clear of the clutter of negativity. When we are ready and willing to share the joy of life and living, we clearly see the sacredness of all life. We are willing to uplift and to be uplifted. We convey love and hope in a simple, unobtrusive ways, such as a gentle touch on the shoulder of a loved one or a smile to a stranger. The vision we hold is the sacredness of all life and the abundant life God created all to share. The Spirit of God within will overcome all. The Lord said to him in a vision, Ananias. He answered, Here I am, Lord. Acts 9:10.
Your head to the sky, alright, yeah. Why should you complain when you try all around. Oh, yeah. Shelter you from the storm. Give you strength to carry on. And the Lord will lift you up higher, higher and higher, Just keep looking up. Everything just keep looking up. Just keep looking up. Head to the sky. It's alright. Yeah. Even when you don't know what to do. Don't know what to do. Lord, to see you through. See you through. Help in the time of storm. Give you strength. Carry on. Listen, when it seems like nobody can. Oh, keep me right there. Be there for you. The Lord will lift you up higher, higher and higher,
I like that. All right. So it's time for the Prosperity Mind Blaster. Well, the Mind Prosperity Blaster, shall I say. Welcome back. I am Nakia. I have a great Divine Mind Prosperity Blaster for you this week, and you know that I'm telling the truth. Let's talk about missed opportunities. Let go of your regret about missing that opportunity. Woo! Let me say that again. Let go of your regret about missing that opportunity. Clamp your focus now onto seizing this opportunity. In wistful insight, missed opportunities can look like they would have turned out well. Yet, obsessing over them will do precisely nothing for you or for me. You have the chance now for something even better. You have the chance now to act on opportunity and to eliminate future regret. Learn a valuable lesson from your own experience. Apply that lesson, put it into action, and don't wait. Do it now. Stop the empty wishing that you had done something different or done something about it then. So again, stop the empty wishing that you had done something about it then. Put your time, focus, energy into doing great things with the opportunity that you have now. We can't change the past. We can't go back in time. So let's focus on the now. Decide that this is an opportunity you will not miss, and it will be the best one yet. Woo! So what is present for me about me in this Mind Prosperity Blaster is that there are so many things and opportunities of my past that I have pondered on, wasted energy and time on, considered why not me, what did I do wrong, why didn't I take this chance, all of these why. There it goes, my why. When there's nothing I can do about it. Whatever the situation or conditions were at that time, I didn't take the opportunity, period. That's the fact, is what happened. I didn't do it. So all I can focus on is the moment, right now, what I have to look forward to and what opportunities I have in front of me right in the present. And guess what? I'm taking action. There are so many opportunities that I have in front of me, And I am not putting them on the back burner. I'm excited, I'm on fire, and I'm passionate about it, and it's what's for me now. So take my advice. Do what I'm doing, and take my opportunity. I advise you do the same. So create the following categories: relationship, health, spiritual, wealth. Under each category, write 3 situations where you feel you missed an opportunity. Ooh. Now, just take 3. Don't do them all. I know we all have a list. But take 1 for each of the 4 categories: relationships, health, spiritual, and wealth. Under each situation, being present to your own conviction and the question that can't be answered, write what is there. Write what there is about the situation that is proving or disproving your conviction. Ronnie and I went through it. And how does the question come into play? Now, remember, I'm going to give you a hint because I like to help you out. The question always leaves you with doubt. Use the Divas framework for producing results with velocity and get to work. Team, is there anything you would like to share? Ronnie B., would you mind sharing first if you desire to do so?
We'll let Diva Nikki share first.
Awesome. Nikki, come on, my love. What you got for us?
Well, keep it short and simple. Be specific. Set the goal. Be specific. Remember that your words have power. Even in casually speaking, your words have power. You have the power to create your own world. The life that you're living right now is a result of words that you have spoken and created, and the universe acted upon that.
Okay.
Hey, Diva Nikki. Diva Nikki. Oh, good.
Thank you so much for sharing, Nikki. Woo, y'all. Pay attention. Ronnie B., what about you?
I just want to share that, one, I really want to acknowledge Diva Nikki for being and standing in the conversation. And, I just want to share that. Now, Diva Nikki is not like a newbie. Okay, like this ain't her first rodeo. And but her authenticity and the struggle to wait, what do you mean I'm missing something? See, it's just perfect. Because many of you out there, you're where Nikki is at. Well, wait just a minute. I've done a little transformational work. I took a Tony Robbins course, or and this is not like to put any of that down. This is just not that. This conversation is not that conversation. It's this conversation. And remember, everything, what we're saying is not the truth. We're not saying this is the truth. Now, we are saying try it on, see if it fits, and see if you get value. But we're not saying that this is the truth. That this is real, the thing. You're not going to find anywhere, pull out your books and go, well, I was convicted. And by the way, don't do that. do not go to your girlfriend or boyfriend and say, oh man, baby, it's just my conviction, and because they will not hear it that way, the way that we're doing it. So you got to be appropriate. But I just really want to acknowledge the way that Diva Nikki has stepped up the game and presencing the work in her business and in her day-to-day life. That is just so awesome. So that's all I wanted to share.
Thank you.
Awesome. Acknowledgement, everybody, is the key to moving forward in anything. So thank you so much, Nikki and Ronnie B, for sharing. So this is what I would like for everyone to do, as always. Keep a daily log or post daily on Facebook. Any results or insights, and please share with the Prosperous Divas. So our next session will be Sunday, July 23rd. Check our website for registration and details, or visit us on Facebook. Diva Nikki, please share how people can contact you and any events you want people to join you at. And how about that new poetry convention in spirit?
You can reach me on Facebook and at Narciss Nikki Kaplan, and it should be easy to pull up. You can also connect with me business-wise on Facebook at Business Solutions. Other than that, follow me on Twitter at Miss Entrepreneur Nikki, and touch with me with Paige. Bingo. Oh, wait,
Awesome.
one more thing. Okay. Remember that prosperity is a mindset, and it's not limited to money. It's in every area of your life. Work on creating the life that you want with power in your words.
Ooh, indeed. Thank you for that. So you can also visit me at appointedtimeforyou.com and definitely join the movement. And look out for a furtherance of Appointed Time for You at the Appointed Time for You with Transformers Creating Access, a.k.a. TCAP. It's a project that's being created for the youth in the Fort Bend ISD community and school district. So look for it. There's going to be more details to come, and there's an opportunity for everyone. So for more information about workshops and seminars, visit us at prosperousdivas.com. Tonight's Prosperous Divas are, of course, myself, Empress of Faith, Nakia Franklin, at appointedtimeforyou.com, and my girl, Nikki Kaplan, bizsolutions.com, and I'll never leave out my boy, Ronnie B. Please enjoy the selection from Shani, the original Sunshine Princess of Poetry, and always remember, Prosperous Divas. Prosperity is a mindset that can be created by anyone. Peace and blessings.
Call me for to make me laugh, seen enough in my past to last 10 lifetimes. So I don't just survive through it, I'm living life. That's why my smile still shines so bright. Yes, I love the attention, and my body is craving for your affection, so what are you going to do? Put in work or leave me to flirt, 'cause I can still pull them both ways. Playing with me still fun on any given day. Enjoying life. So come, sip on my forever and dine on my affinity. Are you ready for me? The sweet, warm smell of happy, leaving footprints or life-size imprints in the sands of time. Go ahead. Call me spoiled and make me laugh. They say that it's good for the soul. Find and joy that was meant for me. No longer wasting time on past we. Hearing pleasures whispered to me. Taking changes gracefully. Touching happiness daily. Letting go of yesterday so I can grab tomorrow with both hands. And it's good. It gets better. Greater than your wildest dreams. You know that I know you smile when you think of me. So go ahead. Call me spoiled and make me laugh. Release the waves of intentions. Let me walk your mountains of dedication. Do you see me? Feel me. Falling on the wings of satisfaction. Recalling your reaction to my smile. To my smile. Yeah, my smile. I love it when you make me laugh so hard I can't breathe, and I feel that way when you kiss me gently but still aggressively. The truth is, you spoil me. You give me what I need, and sometimes I fiend. I want you my way. I want you my way. So go ahead. Call me spoiled and make me laugh, and we can still enjoy it while it lasts.